Good evening. It's what is this? The 22nd law. I don't even know what day it is. I think it's the 22nd. Yeah, it's the 22nd. 20, 23, 23, 24. I think 22nd. 22nd of April. I'm getting ahead of myself. 22nd of April, 2021. It's been a hard last week, to be honest with you. So I kind of forgot my dates, and that's why I haven't done any kind of video earlier. It's been a hard week, man. Leave me alone, y'all. But so what am I looking at here? We're looking at Merrill's Marauders. It's Commandos in Burma, 1943 to 1944. I was reminded of this earlier this week, and I haven't played it. Right, I just had it. I knew I had it. I said, I think I got this game, and it was in my decision game shelf. Yes, I have a shelf for decision games, bag game. Not just decision games. There was some, victory point games in there too. And some other games. The bag mini plus folio games. There was some task force games. It's my bag mini games. But so let's see what this is about. This says, if I can read it, Merrill's Marauders is a solitaire game covering missions behind Japanese lines in the Burmese jungle by Merrill's Marauders and British. Can't read. Chindits. The player must complete one of 4 missions to win a scenario, or complete all 4 progressively more difficult missions to win the campaign game. The game uses the Commando series of rules, blah, blah, blah. I do believe this is Joseph Miranda, right? Well, we're going to look at it, right? Pro tip on decision games: when getting them out, the mini games, leave the front and back cover in there and just take what's in the middle out. It's always a pro tip. Do not take the boards out of the bag. It'll be almost impossible to get them back in correctly, right? Just rough. Okay, what do we got? Let's start by looking at. I got cards. Always got the cards, right? I don't think I'm gonna go through and look at them. I guess I could. Operation. What's that? Operation Longcloth. Okay. Counters. All right. Half sheet of counters. A third of a sheet of counters, I guess. All right. They are double-sided. They're probably going to be a little rough to punch, as most of these decision games, minigame counters are. All right, got a baggie. Always thinks that's classy to get a baggie in there, right? And let's look at the map. The map, point to point, obviously, if it's using the Commando rules. So, all right, it's going to go a long ways, top to bottom. Obviously, it's another. All right, so you got Burma. Okay, the map looks green, right? It's okay. These maps are usually functional. You got your tracks up here. You've got places. You've got some tables here. I have never had a problem with the maps of decision games for the most part, right? I think they do the maps right. I think they're the inheritors of. In a lot of ways of SPI, and they do a good job at keeping those maps very SPI-ish, if you will. All right, so we got Commando minigame scenario rules. Okay, so this is a system rules and and then the rules for the specific rules, right? Something else that was picked up from, I believe SPI did it first, was to do this. You make a system, and then you just plug and chug games in there, and it helps you out cranking out games in a faster pace, right? Of course, there's give and take with a system like that, right? Not every game you put in there is going to fit within that system. And from what I hear, this one does not feel like Merrill's Marauders. There's a lot of them in the Commando system, I do believe, that are very similar, right? They feel very similar, you know. It does wear on you after a while, you know. But the point of these games aren't really to see how great. Let's see what the credits are. System design, Joseph Miranda, right? Developers, Christopher Cummins, playtesters, David Mason, Joe Yost on the map graphics, right? Very good. Joe Yost always does a pretty good job. All right. Special rules. Let's just look at the regular Commando rules. Sequence of play. That'll give you a more operations. So you got movement segment, event card segment. Those are usually how you can put some of the flavor of what you're looking for into it with the event card segment. Combat segment, objective segment, and then that looks like that's what you're dealing with. Very simple. You can learn this in minutes, right? Don't need a lot of time. It's a couple of leaves, a full leaf and overleaf of rules, system rules, and then just a leaf of front and back of the specific rules, right? All right. That's about it. That's all we're going to look at. Yeah, it doesn't look terrible. I was going to say, you know, I think a lot of people get disappointed by games, especially decision games, when they come out and a lot of the games feel samey. The point, in my mind, of these games aren't that everyone's going to knock your socks off, right? You know, I bought this one. I think I picked this up for like $10 or something. It's just one of those things you pick them up to see what you're getting out of it. And sometimes there's an amazing game in there, right? I think most of us who've played it, say Quezon 68, I think it's a different system rules, but it's still a system rules. Quezon 68 is a great little game, or it's even something like Phobos Rising, which I know you can get that game for very cheap. A lot of people don't like it. I enjoy that game. I thought that was a real game. And what was the other one? The series. Anyways, you get them, and sometimes you get a home run out of there, and sometimes you get something that isn't as great, but you never feel bad about it because they're just like $10, $11, right? You can get them for cheap, and that is my thing. You just pick up. Remember Victory Games when they first started? We used to do that with, right? That's where I got all those, even some of those reprints from the old games of Jim Dunnigan, right? They reprinted some of those small games, and that's where a game like what was that? That game based on Dr. Strangelove. What was that? Nuclear combat with the toe-to-toe nuclear combat with the Ruskies. Another little fun game. So that's kind of the point of them. And I think don't go in expecting too much, and that'll be okay. Sometimes you'll be not so good. Sometimes they'll be great. But I pick them up every time I can. And like I said, some of these Commando rules did wear on me. I believe that I've done a few of them. They really do. After a while, the system rules, if they're not differentiated enough, they do start feeling samey. But I'll still buy them. They still have a customer in me just because, like I said, every once in a while you get something great. All right, y'all. Have a great evening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.